Hey guys, it's J.Mystic Speaks on Stuff. I just wanted to pop in real quick, and I was just thinking about how sometimes in life we have to go into a cocoon, you know, if we're getting ready to go through a major spiritual awakening or transformation. We have to, using the analogy of, a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, we have to allow ourselves to go into that quiet, contemplative, secluded place where we pull our energy back into ourselves, and we literally cover ourselves. We go into isolation. Because in that process of going into that cocoon, so to speak, in one's own being, there is a period of time of transformation where we have to remove ourselves from other environments or other energies that are distracting us, so to speak, or they are saying you have to be this way, or why not do this over here, or it's just fighting. The energies are fighting for position, so to speak. It's like, and you lose your identity. You lose your focus on your own energy, your own unique self. And this could be an identity crisis, guys. Especially if we're so focused on the exteriors. And I know I'm kind of going off on a side note here, but I'm going to try to connect it. As we go off and we focus on exterior energies that are pulling and tugging on us to grab our attention, and to make us focus on something that is either not the frequency that we're supposed to be engaging with. Because guys, when you engage with energy, you are going into agreement with that energy. You're getting entangled with that energy. I'm saying this to say this, guys. Sometimes you have to completely remove yourself and go into that quiet, contemplative, peaceful place with God to remember who you are, and to get back into a frequency with your energetic blueprint. Know thyself, guys. You have to know thyself first. Because if you don't know yourself, you will be pulled left and right. You can be easily manipulated by exterior forces, exterior energies, frequencies that will cause a imbalance in your life, and that will pop up and show up, and it'll manifest in different ways, because you're feeding into that energy. So how does the butterfly, what does the butterfly have to do? it starts as a, slow moving, crawling, vulnerable caterpillar. But at some point, it's like I'm built and I'm meant for more. And it has to go into a cocoon. It creates a safe space. It creates its own protective, quiet, contemplative space where it can sit with itself. And in that transformative, dark death, it's almost a death, because it is a death. It's a womb. You're going into a womb, and that's to die, so that you could be reborn into the higher vibrating, energetic, the next level for you guys, which is the butterfly. Because everybody knows that you're destined. You feel it deep down in your heart and in the deepest parts of your being, that you are meant to fly. You're meant to do great and amazing things. And in order to fly high and to become that higher version of yourself, you have to crawl yourself away from all the other energies. And you have to find a nice quiet branch that is maybe a good place to ground yourself into nature. And you have to create a quiet space. And you have to go into it. And you have to contemplate, and you have to be quiet, and you have to speak and come back into hearing your own calling, and then start engaging with yourself and remembering who you are. And through that process, you will give birth to a new version of yourself, guys. And as that happens, as you start busting through that cocoon, you have to leave the old version of who you were behind. You cannot have a mindset of crawling around, okay, as the old caterpillar that you used to be. You have to realize that you have to let go, and you have to die to the old version of yourself. Excuse me. In order to fly. In order to spread your wings out and to start feeling the wind and start stretching into a higher vibrating version of yourself, you can't be the caterpillar anymore. You're no longer the caterpillar, actually. So you could get stuck in that weird space where but to truly transform, you have to die to the old version of yourself, and you have to move into the higher vibrating version of yourself, and you have to put it to death. Excuse me. You have to put the old away, and you have to stop thinking like a caterpillar, because the reality is that's not you anymore. You've transcended. You have broken free into a higher paradigm, a higher timeline, a higher vibration. And guys, now you can go fly around, glide around with your beautiful wings, land on some beautiful flowers, right? Because listen, those flowers are attracted to butterflies, and butterflies are attracted to those flowers because they're resonating on the same frequency. And then this is going to happen again and again. So you'll go from the butterfly into another higher version of yourself. But the butterfly analogy is a great analogy, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to pop in. I just wanted to encourage some people. If you're feeling as though you're going through a dark night of the soul and you're pulling your energies back from a lot of places where your energies have been put or where you've been focusing, I want to encourage you that it takes courage, guys, and you have the courage and you can do this. You can go into that quiet place and you can let go and you can trust the process and you can let go and rest assured that by going into that dark night of the soul and that cocoon, that you will come out of that as a whole new, higher vibrating, beautiful new version that you are. And it takes courage to let go of the old version, guys. Anyway, I love you guys. Peace. Talk to you later. Bye.